Hello, students and traders. Welcome to another session with FX Calapanzi of Pansy Pips. And today, we want to look at the Euro US dollar. And like always, I'd like to do a quick top-down analysis so we have a very clear picture of where this market is going, where it is coming from, what it is doing long term, and what it is looking to do in the short term. Okay, so I'd like to start off from the monthly. Let's see what it is doing on the monthly. Okay, I have a lot of analysis already on this because I have been trading this pair, but to keep it clean, I wouldn't mind taking off all of it. So I'll just do this. So start all over again from the scratch. No. Stay here. Stay with me. Oh, there. Okay. So I'm taking everything off. Taking everything off. Now we'll start. Oh, no. Let's go this way. Take off all of this analysis and we'll start just all over again. Okay, so we start on the monthly. On the monthly, what do we see? We can obviously see that this market is looking bearish, but let's know how bearish it is and know how much more bearishness is left. Okay, so I quickly pick up my right into. You see this was coming all the way down, then it began to go up, pull back, up, pull back, up, pull back, and this zone was not broken. Then it went up again, giving us this zone. So we're in an upswing here, expecting prices to come back into the zone down here, which it finally did. I was expecting to see prices go above to this level, but it went, tested that level again, and finally broke through. With this break, we have a downswing coming from somewhere here. So that's a Pantheon block, a PB like I like to call it, unmitigated. So this is a push down, a pullback. All of this is a pullback, a single pullback, and finally price broke below at this level. Okay, so this is a second pullback with our zone being somewhere up here. Okay, so I can say that this market on the monthly is bearish, and we expect to see prices ultimately come back into the zone possibly before continuing lower to break this level. So on the monthly we are largely bearish, and we want to see prices go all the way to catch new lows. But I'll do it this way. I'll just mark out that level. I'll mark out that zone. It's my refined zone. Don't worry. If you follow me more closely, you'll understand how I catch my zones and how I refine my zones. Okay, just stay with me. You can learn a whole lot. So that's M to represent monthly. Next thing I want to do is I want to look at the I want to look at the weekly. Weekly is the next time frame. Okay. So on the weekly, what do we have? That's it. Stay with me. Want to have a clear picture, top-down analysis, nothing old, doing everything afresh and anew, making sure we're getting it right, and making sure we're doing our best to stay correct. Okay, so we have this up move coming all the way from here and finally begin to break here, because this last bit of it came from here, and then we saw price break through it, pull back into the zone somewhere here, this zone here, but spike a little bit above, and then went down again, take out this lows, pulled back into our zone up here. Okay, and we see prices went again, expecting prices to go below this low. Okay, so let's see what happened. Did it go below it? Yes, went sideways for a while, a whole lot of sideways movement, but eventually came to break a terrible line, came to break through it here. Okay, and that move we can say came from somewhere around here. Okay, let's see. Is it here? Okay, maybe on a smaller time frame this would hold, but this looks very much like it. Like it came from here. Okay, because we see some pullback before this down move, and then this one, and then we saw a pullback again. Now this is our this is our liquidity target. Prices came all the way in, our zone being here, refined zone, and another zone up here, and we saw prices come nicely into this zone here. Okay, this zone here, tapping it, and then we expect to see prices go all the way lower. And what did we see? Okay, prices went. Okay, finally prices broke below it. Zoom this a little bit. Okay, so finally prices broke below. Okay, and with that break, we ask ourselves, where did that down move come from? Okay, so let's take on that last part and zoom in to see. Now the last move, this one here, you can say it came from, because this is the break. Where did that break come from? You can say it came from here, but I prefer to say this one because this is what gives me what I want. So this is my daily zone, refined zone. The entire downswing is a Pansy Pips block. Sorry, not that. The Pansy Pips block starts from here up to this point. Okay, and prices can come anyway. It can come to the top of it, it can come to the middle, it can go all the way deep, but we'll try to refine it somehow, and then my refinement will give me just this perfect spot. So I'm gonna clean off all of this now, and I clean off all of this since I found my zone, and stay with me. Just want to keep the charts clean so don't come back here. You know what we've done already, and we have found our zone, and by our agreement, this is our zone. Where is it? Oh dear. Well, okay, I found it. Found it right here. This is our zone, weekly zone. Okay, and I like to label that W. Okay, so we know it's the weekly. All right. So we see that market came nicely, tapped into our zone right there. Composite pullback right into our zone, tap and boom, pushed away. Okay, and then we expect prices to go all the way down to take out this low at this point. Okay, let's see how well the market did that. Stay with me. Forex analysis is best enjoyed together. Okay, so we've seen prices do just what we wanted it to do. Okay, came right into our zone right here, and liquidity target being all the way down here, and eventually came down, didn't get to it, pulled back, and then finally broke through at this point. Okay, so it means our target has been hit, and then we want to ask ourselves the next line of movement. Now it didn't stop at our target, hit it, pull back, and then went all the way down. So we have a new downswing, and we ask ourselves, where is our zone here? If you ask me, I'll look at this zone, and if that fails, it's another zone here. Okay, which is more likely because this is not very likely because it is below 50% of the entire swing. Okay, let's do this. Let's clean this up. Okay, so this is our entire swing. Let's see from here all the way down to this point. Now this would be the actual zone, but I'm not comfortable with the fact that it is below the 50% mark. I would like to take something above. This is right around the 50% mark, though this is not a good zone. So this would be for me a better zone to use. Okay, so I put it right here, and uh, we've seen that prices has already come to react at that point. So this we can call it our weekly zone, and I'm marking the W there. Okay, so that's our current weekly zone, and markets already beginning to act from there. So what am I expecting prices to do? To having done this reaction, we already see a break of structure here. It has pulled back into a minor zone here, which we will eventually see on a lower time frame. Okay, it has pulled back into there. I expect prices to go all the way down, take up this level, pull back, and continue that way until it eventually takes out this low on the weekly. So that's our perspective on the weekly. The weekly is bearish, and we're looking for lower prices. Okay, so sorry, let's go down to the lower time frame. We have our zones. We have our liquidity target on the daily, sorry, on the monthly. Our liquidity target of the weekly also square at about the same area. Yes, so weekly and monthly have similar liquidity targets, so we're good. So we'll go off to the daily. See what it's like. I don't need this anymore, so I'll take this off. On daily, what do we see? You can see that this market was in an upswing. Let's compress it a little bit so we have a clearer picture. So this zone is no longer valid. We can take it off because we have a new zone down here. Okay. For the daily. All right, let's start all the way from here. Okay, don't go too far away anymore. I'll just take it from here. Okay. So obviously you can see this market was bullish, then we began to go bearish, all the way bearish, uh, bearish, and where's my writing tool? Okay, so that last swing of bearish movement came from this zone. It's my zone, and then market came through, tested. It was expecting to see prices go below this level, but instead it broke through it with this up spike. We're looking to see bullish movement, to see a protected low here, but again it broke bearish, and we have a bearish swing coming from here. Pull back, break bullish. Okay, so a whole lot of back and forth here. Eventually, the market comes to break bearish here. So this level here, sorry. So bullish, protected here, pull back, bearish again, breaking above all of these lows. Okay, bearish, pull back, bearish. Okay, so we are bearish on the as far as this side is concerned, until eventually We have this last final bearish move coming from here, and then market came to test it, pull back and broke through it, and then market switched bullish and held on to the bullishness, kept going higher, making higher prices. Okay, let's see how far that bullishness went. Uh, then went all the way up here, protected low being here. Eventually, market broke through it, turned bearish. Okay, so all of these we are bearish, 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 bearish. Okay, still remain. And then eventually, all of this bearishness, last bearish move came from here. Last bearish move pull back. Final bearish move coming from here. You see prices come to test that zone, signs of rejection, finally breaks through it, market turning bullish. Okay, so we are bullish, and then we have bullish, pullback, bullish, and then seeming like a pullback, eventually a break, taking out this level, and ultimately this level here. So break, so we are bearish on the daily, and we continue seeing downswing. So what we want to look for now is to find out where is our zone. Okay, but we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Okay, so market continues bearish, 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 bearish. Final bearish moves coming from here, then breaks bullish, and last bit of bullishness coming from here into this zone, and we see the market break bearish. Now remember, this is a bullish run, pullback, bullish run, pullback, bullish run, pullback, bullish run, pullback. We wanted to see this protected low hold. The market broke through it. This break, pull back. Now the market is bearish. This will now be our zone. Comes into our zone, and then we expect prices to go below this level and begin to make lower lows. Remember, all of this move, this whole up move, is expected to help to drive prices into the weekly zone. Okay, and that has happened, and that is why we have seen the market begin to show signs of bearish reversal with this move here. A pullback into our zone, and we expect to see prices go systematically to take out this low, which will be the daily liquidity target, and eventually um, look to see prices go all the way to hit our weekly target all the way down here. So on the daily, we are bearish. Let me take all of this out, then I'll come and draw our zone. Let's just keep the charts clean. Okay. Okay, a whole lot. Almost done, almost done, almost done. Okay, finally we are done. Yep, sorry. Alright, finally we are done. Let's go back after that. Stay with me, please. I'll be done sooner than you even expect. Okay, so on the daily, what do we have? We've seen prices go down, and our zone is here. Okay, pull back. Pull back. Our zone is here. This is our zone here on the daily. I think they're full of this. The last up move before the down move, that is our zone. It's the refinement of this is the entire zone. This whole portion is our zone, but we like to refine it into the smaller zone. And how we do that, some of the skills we learn together at the Pansy Peeps Education Center. Okay, so now we've seen prices tap sweetly nicely into our zone, and we expect to see after this tap into our zone, we expect to see prices drop all the way down to take out liquidity targets all the way down here. So expect to see a good sign of bearishness on the daily. Now, so the monthly is bearish, the weekly is bearish, and the daily is also bearish. So let's go down to a smaller time frame, which would be the 4 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour, see what it looks like. On the 4 hour, we're not going to go very far. We just start from here, and we see all of the price action. Okay, so bearish, bearish, lowest point coming from here, and finally price breaks above it, pulls back, and all of that bullish action to make a top coming from here. This was our zone. Market reacts to it, pulls back, finally breaks through it, comes back into this zone up here. Okay, and crashes down, pulls back, crashes down, pulls back, and yes, nice close above all of this. Okay, let's just say it came to mop up liquidity that laid above here. Okay, and finally deep drop, poof, to hit liquidity target up here or down there, and then we see market begin to pull back. Now this pullback coming all the way to where? Expect market to come into this hour zone, which is the daily zone. Okay, but quite too large. It can be refined to the 4 hour zone, which is up here. So market can do anything it wants. But it's likely the market might come all the way up here again to hit what we call the 4 hour zone. It's likely, not it's not cast in granite. It's no there's no nothing that says that it must hit that level before continuing bearish. Okay, market can choose to reverse any point at any point rather, without getting to the very point we want it to get to. As long as it has done a considerably good enough pullback, market can begin to reverse. Okay, so we are seeing signs of the market looking like it's ready to continue bearish to go all the way, having entered a daily zone. Okay, but be that as it may, we still have a possibility of market coming all the way into going all the way higher to tap into our 4-hour zone. Well, if that doesn't happen, we would more than gladly wait to see prices go all the way down to hit our 4-hour target. At, let's see. Our 4-hour target seems to be the same as our daily target. Okay, coincidentally. Sometimes it happens like that. So the monthly and the weekly have the same target, and then the 4-hour and the daily have the same liquidity target. I like to mark that out. So this would be 4-hour liquidity. Okay. Liquidity below. Okay. And I'll make this 4-hour. Or rather, since it's daily slash 4-hour, daily slash 4-hour. Okay, that's our liquidity target for the 4-hour. So we know what we are doing. Don't forget our liquidity target for the weekly and monthly is all the way down here. I'm going to mark that out too. So we know that when the prices gets to this point, we are not done. We might see considerable pullback before prices will go all the way again towards our monthly and weekly target. So I'll mark that very quickly. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to see monthly slash weekly. Okay, so if you want to watch the video, you will understand what WM means. Okay, it's not midweek, it is monthly and weekly target. Okay. All right. So all right, let me leave all of this now and move on with analysis. Next, I'd like to go to is the 1 hour. Okay. So like I said, let me do this here so you understand what this line says. Uh, let's make it not center. Let's make it to the right. Good. So it's perfectly. All right. So this is where we are. So we see currently, we see markets showing signs of bearishness to continue the bearish extension in direction of the 4-hour to hit 4-hour liquidity and daily liquidity at the same time. So let's go on to the 1 hour and see what price is saying. Now on the 1 hour, what do we see? We see that at the point this market came to form this liquidity point, clearing out liquidity below this point, what did it do? It began, last down move came from here. Let's do this. Last down move came from here, and then it broke through it, leaving out this zone which market price tapped into. Target here, hit it, pull back, new liquidity target here, pulls back into it, pushes away. Sorry. Okay. See. Let's just try and follow price movement. So it's clear. So we have this push away, taking out this level, and then a pull back into this zone here, pulls back, and then we expect to see prices go above here, no close, comes back into the same zone, doesn't close above, and then finally dips through, taking out that level, turning bearish, and then it becomes a new zone. Okay, and we see price come into it, shows signs of reversal. Target should be this point on the 1 hour liquidity. It doesn't get there, pulls back, testing the zone again, and finally breaks through at this point, and then goes all the way up. So we see that on the 1 hour, we are currently bullish. We're currently bullish on the 1 hour, and I'm going to mark out our current 1 hour liquidity point and our zone. So this is going to be our zone on the 1 hour. Our 1 hour zone is going to be here. Last up move is here. So 1 hour zone is the last up move before now down move before the up move. Don't mind me. I seem to do this thing as though it's nothing, but believe me, it took me a whole lot of time to learn how to refine the zone so quickly with the blink of an eye. And yeah, with the right education, you can learn the same thing too. So that's where we are. That's our zone, and this is our liquidity target on the 1 hour. So I'm going to mark it again, bring out one of my template, liquidity above, and I'm going to label it the 1 hour so it's clear for you to understand the price is going. Okay, so 1 hour, perfect. So we understand that currently this market on the 1 hour has potentials of going deeper into the daily zone. Now, if this holds, please listen to me. Price will come here, perhaps respect this zone, and go all the way up, clear these highs, 1 hour liquidity, and then go higher into our 4-hour zone right above here. And from that point, remember, we will still be in the daily zone. We would have hit our 4 hour zone and will be perfectly going in the direction of the monthly and the weekly. So from this point, if this happens, I expect to see prices begin to do this. When I see a break below here, I know